everyone, I am Imran Ali, Assistant Professor, Department of MBA, Noida Institute of Engineering and Technology, Greater Noida. This is lecture 19, unit 3, where I will discuss about aggregate planning. I will be discussing about what exactly is the aggregate plan or aggregate planning, what is the importance of aggregate planning for any organization, and why service or manufacturing organization came in the practices of aggregate planning, and what are the sequence of activities or step of activity that a company will take place while going for the aggregate planning. So, we already had discussed about master production schedule and aggregate planning. Both of them are interrelated and both of them are related with each other. When we are having a detail about the master production schedule, where we describe or detail about how many number of individual item or individual brands are to be manufactured by a particular organization. But this master production schedule had to be taken or influenced by the aggregate planning. What is the definition of the aggregate planning? The goal of aggregate planning is to achieve a production plan that will be effectively utilized by the organization resources to match the expected demand or uneven demand. So, already I had discussed that demand either for the product or for the services do not remain same. Even in the present scenario, we have seen that much fluctuation has been observed in the demand for product as well as for the services. We recently have seen that the demand for the multiplexes, it expected to be very low over a period of time because of the COVID scenario prevailing presently into India. Demand for the airlines is not going to be very positive even in the years to come. Demand for the restaurant is not going to be very positive in the years to come because of the current situation that is prevailing across India. So, aggregate planning, it is about the in the long horizon or into the long period of time, what is the demand scenario for a particular company. And in this particular period of time, company has to check out and plan whether they have to increase their production, whether they have to reduce their production. So, this dependency of increasing the production or number of unit or reduction in the number of unit depend upon the expected demand or the fluctuation into the demand, whether these fluctuation into the demand are going to happen because of the seasonal variation or it is going to happen into the cyclical variation. Yesterday IMF, the IMF, it is International Monetary Fund, has forecasted about Indian economy that the Indian economy's GDP might be growing fastest into developing countries. But considering the present scenario, it seems very impossible that if the COVID cases are rising, the companies are not able to operate at full of their capacity, number of the service unit are not opening full time, how the Indian economy's GDP is expected to grow at a faster pace. But if it happen or if it is going to happen positively, then there will be demand in several sectors that are going to increase. So, wherever there will be a positive impact, wherever we will find out that some positive symptoms are going to happen in the future course of time, then aggregate planning had to came into existence. In briefly, aggregate planning, it is about, it is the planning spanning around 12 months to 18 months. It is spanning around 12 months to 18 months. Into the master production schedule, what I had discussed, that this MPS, it might be related to weekly, it might be related to daily also. So, here the time horizon is what? It is very short, but into the aggregate planning, the time horizon is what? It is for long span of time, I mean to say a year, 18 months or even beyond that. So, into the aggregate planning, since the time horizon is long, aggregate planning of the company will influence the master production schedule also. If aggregate planning says that production had to increase, master production schedule will also follow it, and they will also suggest that the production had to increase. If the the aggregate planning suggests that the production need to be reduced or demand it is going to be low, master production schedule should also follow the same instruction that the demand is going to be low and demand need to be increased over a period of time. So, there are linkages, there are correlation between MPS, master production schedule, and aggregate planning, and aggregate planning influence the master production schedule. The aggregate planning, it is for having long horizon 12 to 18 months, and the master production schedule, it is having the short term horizon. Into the aggregate planning, we are only discussing total production that a company can produce. So, into the aggregate planning, company will decide that let us we need to produce 200 unit, or let us we need to produce 300 unit as per the demand prevailing into the market. But into the MPS, this 200 need to be divided, this 300 have to be divided 50 50 and 100, or 100 100 100 as per the demand for individual item. So, the aggregate planning, considering the longer horizon, will estimate the overall demand for a company, whether it is favorable or unfavorable, whether it is going to increase or decrease. And master production schedule, it is for a specific product, a specific brand, describing about the individual product and brand going to be produced. So, I just discussed both of them because both are interdependent with each other and both are related to each other, and they are only going to produce with the help of each other. Planning for the intermediate term, as discussed 3 to 18 months, is the core of the aggregate planning. Planning, it is related with the future course of time. Planning is always concerned with the future, what is going to be into future course of time. So, if economy is expected to increase, they will increase our production, and our planning is going to be positive. If we see the economy or economic activities are going to be into the downfall, our aggregate planning will be low and our production capacity is going to be decreased. So, this the aggregate planning, it is the planning of medium to long term, and this planning had to plant existing capacity and demand. So, this considering the long term scenario, planners match the plant existing capacity. Existing capacity may be 5,000 unit that a company can produce, but in the market the demand it is for 10,000 unit. There is a gap of 5,000 unit that the demand it is there, but company do not have the capacity, company do not have the manufacturing plant, company do not have the equipment, company do not have the resources. So, there is somewhere or the other, there are certain problem that company cannot produce as per the existing demand scenario. So, this aggregate planning will ensure we need to check our existing capacity, and this need to be matched as per the prevailing scenario into industries. We have seen that many private player has came into existence, and they are in the process of producing power. They are having some estimates that the demand for the power is going to be increased, and there is no doubt about it that the demand for the power is going to be increased either from the individual houses or from the commercial purpose, from the company side. So, these companies can have an estimate that how much demand it is going to be increased, and whatever increment will take place into the demand, do these companies have the capacity to match or to capitalize this demand. I might have discussed I had discussed at several point in time that demand for the power into winter it is different, but the demand for the power into summer is very high. So, the company who are into the producing the power, they will produce more in summer, they will produce less in winter. And if they are expected that some exceptional demand is likely to rise, companies will have to add certain manufacturing capacity, or companies will have to add certain outlet or service center, so that increased demand can be met out. So, the core of this the aggregate planning is match the plant existing capacity and expected demand. How much capacity we have as of now and how much capacity is likely to be into future course of time. If we say today, even in the power industry I am talking about, 25% of the demand today, it is being met by renewable energy. Renewable energy. It means 75% of demand, it is going to be met out by non-renewable energy, but the demand pattern into this particular sector not going to be same. We all will observe in the coming 5 year or 10 year that the demand for renewable energy will going to be increased, or maximum demand it is going to be met by wind and solar energy, wind energy and solar energy. So, increasingly either it is Adani Green, or it is the Adani Green, or the several other company into the power industry, they need to ramp up their capacity, they need to increase their capacity into this particular sector called renewable energy, and companies might decide that their capacity or their production focus in non-renewable energy. As per one report, there are some financial institution, even some bank, they are preferring to extend loan or giving fund for renewable energy, wind, solar, hydro and other. But this particular segment they are not preferring about. So, even the kind of preference that the bank are showing, and they are only they are extending much fund or loan because the demand for this kind of capacity is going to be increased. No doubt about that, even the demand for the gas will increase. In India, the government of India is having the effort or estimate that our transportation must be based on gas more, and it is at present it is 6%, but in future it is going to be 15%. It is the target of the government of India. What it mean to say? If the demand for the gas is going to be increased, gas production has to be increased, so company has to increase their capacity. The aggregate planning had to first estimate and understand the scenario for the demand, and accordingly the production capacity need to put in place, so that this increased demand can be met out. Aggregate planning, it is related with 3 to 18 month horizon. This time horizon is longer than master production schedule. Objective of the aggregate planning is what? So that existing capacity can be matched with the future demand. Existing capacity can manufacture as much as it is going to be demanded in future course of time or into future. What is the importance of the aggregate planning? It helps to determine resources requirement. The aggregate planning in the longer horizon or medium term, if production is going to be increased or the demand it is going to be high and company want to produce more, then what other resources are going to be required? How much manpower would be required? What kind of skill set they should have? How many equipment would be required? What kind of machinery would be required in future course of time, and what other equipment and resources are going to be used. So, these are the the aggregate planning ensure or determine the resources that are going to be required by the organization. For example, if the steel manufacturing company steel produce more steel, they will be requiring more coal. If it is coal based plant, they will be required more gas. If it is gas based plant, they will be required more iron ore, because it is the ingredient to manufacturing the steel. So, like that. So, the aggregate planning ensure what and how much resources will be needed by the organization. JK Tyre, MRF, CEAT, the rubber that which is a raw material to produce the tire, how much it will be required. So, this estimation can be easily made when through aggregate planning. Next, it is help in maximum utilization of space. Space, it is about interior layout, putting their equipment, machinery, and so why it is okay, so that company can use its space or its outlet properly, so that it is going to work in the interest of the organization, meets the overall goal and objective of a company, meets the overall goals and objective of the company. Now, aggregate planning, what the overall objective? It is to increase profitability. Objective is what? To increase the profitability, to increase the productivity of the organization, to minimize wastage of the company, to improve efficiency within the organization. All these can be done by aggregate planning. If you have a proper planning, you have aggregate planning, you can know how much to be produced within a given period of time, what minimum resources we can have, or what are the minimum resources through which we can run and operate our company. Next, it is about help to adjust capacity to meet demand. So, demand it is there, but if the demand is high, company will have to add some capacity into it. How company can add the capacity? They can come up in new manufacturing plant, company can expand the capacity of the existing plant, company can merge an existing plant of the other companies, they can purchase the existing company. So, these are the some possible options that a company can exercise, and through which a company can plan that how the the demand can be meet out by the organization. Now, see, recently Government of India had decided Neelachal Ispat Nigam Limited, it is NINL, Neelachal Ispat Nigam Limited. It is a government enterprises, it is a government company producing long steel or steel. Now, government has decided to sell it out, divestment, to meet out the disinvestment target. So, once government has decided to sell out this particular unit, now all companies, either it is Steel Authority of India, it is Tata Steel, it is JSW, it is Jindal Steel and Power Limited, it is ArcelorMittal and Nippon Steel, it is Essar, several other company into this steel. All of them are running to purchase this NINL. Why they want to purchase it? Because whichever company it is going to acquire or purchase this company, they are going to add the capacity, they are going to add the capacity. Now, the long run demand or long steel demand, it is going to be high in future course of time, because long steel it is going to be used in infrastructure and construction, and Government of India focus is that infrastructure need to be pushed more. So, if the government will be a priority and the infrastructure is going to be pushed more, then the Government of India is going to be into more demand, more focus, and even if the construction activities are going to push up or ramp up, then also the demand for the long steel is going to be increased. So, what I mean to say, either it is going to be purchased by Tata Steel, or it is by Jindal Steel, or it is by Jindal Steel and Power, whichever company it is going to acquire it, through which it is going to add the capacity. And this is very optimistic, because the demand for this long steel is going to be long lasting over a period of time. Reduce investment related to various inventories. aggregate planning help the company to cut and to reduce the inventory. Having an inventory, keeping an inventory for long period of time, it is not advisable for the organization. So, better it is for the company that reduce your inventory, only produce as much as it is required for the organization. Otherwise, company unnecessary will have to carry a cost, they need to do a lot of expenses over. Next, it is matching demand with supply and minimizing the waiting time for customer to maximize customer services. So, aggregate planning also facilitate that waiting time should be minimum. As I discussed, either Zomato or Swiggy, or it is Pizza Hut, or it is Domino, into any servicer. Now, customers are having shortage of time, they do not want to wait much, they do not want to waste their time being there. So, what aggregate planning can do? By aggregate planning, we can minimize the waiting time, we can improve the quality of services, and we can offer some value to the customer. I mean to say, the maximum benefit we will be able, or extra benefit as a company will be able to extend to the customer. Next, it is about proper utilization of the production facility. Aggregate planning will ensure there is no idle capacity. Whatever capacity of a manufacturing plant is, it is going to be produced, it is going to be used, so that the production or the production activity can happen as per the plant. So, this is how the importance of the aggregate planning had came into existence. Next, it is about the planning sequence. Now, how the planning came into existence? Into the planning, we will first say business plan. What is the business plan of the company? Do the company want to extend its business? Do the company want to enter into new business? Do the company want to improve the quality or the productivity of its business? So, we have to say establishes operation and capacity strategy. I had discussed capacity strategies are what? Either the company want to add more capacity, or company want to reduce the capacity. If demand is high, capacity will be added. If the demand is less, capacity is going to be reduced. So, this is about addition or reduction, that business plan it is going to be used. Next, it is about the aggregate plan. Aggregate plan, we are discussing it, it is related to 3 to 18 months, and we want to match what is our existing capacity and what is the expected demand into future course of time. Next, it is about the master production schedule. Master production schedule detail about or described about specific or individual product. We will be detailing about how individual brand and the products are. So, I had discussed about that how a company, how Marico came into, they may talk about how much Parachute need to be produced, Saffola how much need to be produced, several other brand that they are producing. So, individual planning for a individual product can be made. Business plan will be influenced by corporate strategy. Corporate strategies are being formulated by top management, and these strategy will ensure what is going to be the demand into future course of time. I mean to say they are going to be into the increase or decrease. Next, it is about economic, comparative and political conditions. What is the political scenario? Whether the country is politically stable. If the country is politically stable, then we will ensure or plan that our production activity should be continue. On the other hand, if the economic environment is not very positive, might be our aggregate planning may not be very favorable, or as per our aggregate planning we may decided not to produce much about. Next, it is about aggregate demand forecast. Then we will decide whether some extra or more had to be produced or less need to be produced. So, this is about our now aggregate planning strategies, we are having two strategy. For example, if the demand is high and we have to produce more, we have two option. The one option, it is what? Capacity option. In the capacity option, company will try to meet the increased demand not by changing demand, but by changing the capacity, by changing the capacity and capacity of production. So, if the demand is high, we will add capacity. If demand is low, we will reduce the capacity. So, whatever tinkering or changes will take place, these changes will take place only here into capacity. And here this second option what we are having, it is demand option. So, whatever tinkering or changes will take place here, company will not prefer to do any kind of changes into the capacity. Capacity will remain same, but only we will try to do some modification or some changes into the demand. For example, at some point of time when the demand is very high, then the what company can do, they may give certain incentive, they may give certain offer, they may motivate the consumer to come or visit the plant or visit the outlet and some point of time when the demand is low or customers are very minimum. For example, into the multiplexes, there is a some time even in the noon or in noon, the maximum people do not visit. So, for that particular time, we may reduce the prices of the ticket, and on Saturday and Sunday, even at night, we may increase the prices. So, what does happen when the demand is low and we increase the prices, some portion of the demand is expected to shift from the time when the demand is very high to the demand when the demand is very low. So, these kind of two strategies are to be expected by the company. Next, capacity option, it is what? It is changing inventory level. Manager can increase inventory level during low demand to meet the demand when the high. So, when the demand is low, we can make some keep certain inventory and use this extra inventory when the demand is going to be high. Next, varying workforce size by hiring or layoff. You will hire more employee when the demand is high. You will hire less number of employees by when the demand is low. So, company by changing number of workers may manage or adjust their capacity. Now, varying production rate through overtime or ideal time. When the demand is very low, company will not allow the workers for overtime. When the demand is less, then they will not. If the demand is high, company will ask the worker for overtiming. We can ask for subcontracting, third party manufacturing, the demand is high. Next, it is using part time workers, using part time worker only when the demand it is going to be high. So, these are the certain next, it is the demand option, influencing the demand, changes into the demand by advertising, promotion and the other option. Next, it is about back ordering during the high demand period. So, if customer are willing to wait without loss of their goodwill, we can ask when the demand is very high, we may offer the consumer the option that you can wait for certain time and take the delivery or the product when the demand is low. So, back ordering can also be possible. So, these are the two options when the companies can do some modification into the demand also. So, these are this is about the aggregate planning, and there are two options that the company can adopt. It is about the capacity changes and it is about changes into the demand. So, once a company will be doing certain modification or changes into capacity or into the demand, we will be able to manage our production capacity. Capacity management or capacity adjustment, it is about making some changes into capacity, not into the demand. Demand changes, it is that demand is varying, capacity will remain same. That is all for aggregate planning. Thank you very much.